there's so many variables there because it depends on what that person does or if they're citizens or non-citizens. What I always like to say is it's never too soon to get everything prepared, right?
Yeah.
So we have people that get prepared today and maybe they don't buy for a year, maybe they don't buy for 5 years, but at least they understand what the process is. We have everything in order, so that way we can continue to advise. So when there is an opportunity, they can take advantage of it. They can, right? And that's a big thing as well, where people think, well, I'm not going to get a proof of financing until I'm in contract. There's, in my opinion, if you're looking to buy, even an investor, primary, whatever, you can never prepare too soon. If it's 2 weeks in advance or 3 years in advance, it's never too soon. Now, depending on the client and how they are looking to get financing, it really just depends on, what if it's a primary, we can use that as an example. And let's say they're a business owner. They're a business owner like most business owners, and we write everything we possibly can off on our tax return, right? All the expenses are on there. So a lot of time they don't show a lot of net income, which is totally understandable, right? They're trying to reduce what their tax liability is as much as possible. So that way they keep everything that they can. Now, for those clients, we typically do like a 12-month business bank statement loan, where we'll actually look at the last 12 months from their business account, and we do it based off the revenue, and then we have an expense ratio based on the industry they're in. Like, for example, compared to, let's say, a service-based business or someone that owns like a sports authority, if you will, like a sports shop selling goods, right? So there is different expense ratios we'll use depending on the industry, but that's primarily. We can also do now, believe it or not, stated income is back on for business owners. Now the caveat, well, actually I should say not just business owners, for everybody, but the caveat though is the down payment's a lot lower. So whereas on a business bank statement, you could get away with doing 10 to 15%. Of course, rates are better if you're putting 20% down. But with the stated income, it's typically 35 to 40% you're putting down, right? But they're great tools for business owners because it doesn't matter how much they're generating in revenue. When you're qualifying like for a conforming loan, it's based on the tax return, and we have to use the net income from the tax return, right? Another product is if you're a non-citizen, and let's say I don't know, let's say you've only been here for 3 years. Assume you probably applied for an ITIN, right? Because you're probably filing your taxes. So an ITIN loan is a great product for you. We can go based off P&L, we can go based off tax returns. We can even use the W-2s, even though I know on those W-2s information may not reflect accurately to the ITIN, we can still use that to qualify you, right? So really what it comes down to is when we sit down with somebody is let's get all the information in so we understand the full picture. Then that will kind of tell us, hey, what's the best way for us to approach this for you, so that way we can get you qualified for a mortgage, if you will. And then, as you know, you have FHA, we have VA, we have many products that we can utilize to get someone qualified for financing.